really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard.
Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about. Welcome to Seriously Speaking. My name is Adesuwa Onyenokwe. This is one show. Shows like this I like to record because we're going to do a lot of tasting of food. I love food, and it's beginning to show on the hips. But however, I'm glad that I have people in the studio today that are going to show me something about creative catering. You know how it is that in those days, you're having a party, the most you could have would be jollof rice and chicken, and then a soft drink. Today, there's a gamut of stuff that you can have. And I have pioneers and trailblazers in the industry of what we call small chops, but it's finger foods, desserts, and of course, cocktails. Great entrepreneurs that shall be sharing their dreams and helping me or allowing me to taste some of their fare right here on Seriously Speaking. Today, we are talking creative catering. We'll be back. Yes, my first guest, everybody knows him as Saheeto, but it's actually Saheed Kekere-Ekun. And it was the desire to be in the catering world that sent him as a young man to go and try and get a job as a waiter. He didn't get that job, but today, almost 20 years down the line, he was the first in this industry, as far as I know, that has made small chops popular, but he's the longest serving in that industry. Saheeto, I'm glad to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure. I appreciate it.
When we were thinking about doing this show, we're like, okay, who are we going to call? There are tons and tons of people in this industry now. What does it make you feel like to see something that when you were starting, you were like, like a madman, wanting to sell small chops to people?
Yeah, well...
What we call finger food.
Yes, exactly. Glory be to God. The first and foremost, I need to give glory to God for His mercy and for His guidance. I thought of it. What can I do to make a difference, to come into life? Mm-hmm. You understand? That was where I thought of something. So I started with about 5 different stuff. Chicken, puff-puff, spring rolls, samosas, and prawns. Then, those days. Then instead of us eating rice, eba, let's try to eat something to funkify it, to make sure that people can, snacks, and, then that was why I started finger food.
As I round off, I wonder, though, what you feel like seeing a number of people in this industry today. Do you feel threatened?
No, I give glory to God because we created employment, opportunity, and so far I've tried to make an institution for
because you train
a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are coming up. It gives me joy. I can never cater for 150 million Nigerians.
What I'm going to do is allow you to take a break so that you can go and start to prepare the ones I'm going to taste today. I'm sure everybody in the house is waiting for that. Yes. And then we're going to down some cocktails after. So I'd like to invite the cocktails lady to join us.
I appreciate it.
We'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
Yes, welcome back. Jumoke is better known as Mandies in the industry around here in Lagos, but I know she serves people all across Nigeria, depending on where you are. And Jumoke is actually a management consultant by profession, but in the past 3 years, she's been preparing cocktails for people, and she says the future could be a cocktail lounge. Who knows? It's my pleasure to welcome to the studio today, Jumoke Micheal Ojo.
Yes.
Why did you double Micheal Ojo? Why didn't you just say Jumoke Ojo? It's not funky enough.
Well, Ojo is a very popular name. It's common. Yeah. And I just wanted to add a personal touch.
So how come you chose drinks? I just wondered, though.
Okay. I love cocktails, and I'm always very... I make a lot of inquiries when I go to bars, and I just thought of it. I mean, this event industry was growing then. I mean, it had grown because there were a lot of people that brought it up to that level. And I felt, you know what, I could bring in some personal touch.
Business. Wanted to go into it.
Exactly. I could bring in some personal touch, and and I just decided to give it a shot, to be honest. Not with the intention of quitting, but then I realized, I mean, there were opportunities.
Because you're young.
Prospects. Exactly. Yes, I am. And there are prospects, and I just decided to just go into it fully.
Yes. So 3 years down the line, what are the major lessons you've learned as a businesswoman, especially as you're a married businesswoman?
Yes. One thing is focus. you have to focus, and then passion. Those two, I mean, I tell people all the time, it's now that I know that you need to focus on it. You need to know this is what I want to do, and then do it.
Sorry,
and then,
what dessert is this? What is this? A cocktail?
It's a cocktail. It's a frozen cocktail. It's called firecrackers.
Oh, does it bring out fire?
No, it doesn't. It's just layered. So we do a lot of frozen, and a lot of people really like the frozen cocktails. And you know, we brought in like your mojitos, like signature cocktails. The bride wants a personal touch. So
that's if it's a wedding.
Exactly, that's if it's a wedding. They say, and then the kiddies party, you have a lot of people wanting, you know, milkshakes and milk bottles, having a themed party, and then they want maybe the princess on it. So it's quite exciting.
So the thing is, it's tasking your creativity as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's just the basic word.
They call mixologists. So
yes.
do you have to go study mixology?
Yes, you have to. Well, a lot of people, well, I won't say unfortunately, but I mean, people study it, but not in depth, to say the fact. I'm a mixologist, I'm certified. I study, yes, I did. I went for courses in London. I went to Shika Basco, it's an affiliate of London Basco. So I learned the art of mixing cocktails, you know, creating cocktails from the base. So yeah, I'm certified, and then, yeah.
So mixologist.
Mixologist,
It sounds like a joke. But...
yeah, I mean, we're going to try and do something, so you see.
Okay, so I would like to invite Tolu Eros.
Okay.
I mean, it's his decadent desserts.
I know.
Oh, you know him.
Oh my gosh.
So, but you let me bring him in. So we'll be back with Tolu Eros if you don't go. Well, you see, I've shown you finger foods, I've shown you cocktails. Wait until you see the decadent desserts. It's only right that if I'm talking about desserts, at least I should be the first to taste it. And I did ask Tolu. He calls himself Chef Eros, but his actual name is Tolu Erogogo. Tolu, hi, welcome to Seriously Speaking.
Thank you for having me.
I said, bring a peace offering.
I did.
And I see you have something there.
Yes, I do.
So I'm going to accept it with all pleasure. But you know, gosh, this is not just an ordinary, this is a donut.
Yes, it is.
But what do you have on top of it?
We have the gummy bears on one and Lucky Charms on the other.
I mean, I think that's the thing about it is we know donuts, we know cakes, but you've one of the most creative people in that industry. Is it because you loved cakes as a child or what? I'll keep this for later.
I've always been very, very interested in anything that's sweet. So when it comes to food, you'd find that my flavor palette is sweet and spicy.
So I say cheese. You have all your teeth and you eat sweet.
I do. I do. So I've just been very lucky with my teeth. I brush my teeth every day.
I mean, a regular cake is not a cake with you.
Yes,
there's always, okay, we're seeing some pieces. So you always add one touch or the other.
Yes, yes. So for example, this is called the Entice, and it's a chocolate cake that's a double-layer chocolate cake with a layer of our own special Oreo cookie, which is an Oreo black violet cookie. And then what we do is we crush nuts with granola and we crumb it around the cake. Now the cream is Nutella whipped cream, and everyone loves Nutella. So we put about 2 jars worth of Nutella into the cream, and then we top it with Ferrero Rocher.
Just for a regular cake.
Just for a regular cake.
Oh, wow. What you studied?
International business management.
Why bother with? But did you know you were going to be a businessman?
I always knew I was going to be a businessman. I thought I was going to do real estate because I have a thing for building. I love to build things. So for me, building cakes is like building a house. You know, so there's a whole architecture that goes into the cake. I'm thinking about all the structures and the way it's going to look at the end of the day, how it's going to be functional when it's cut, all of those things.
Well, you bought up cake,
La
Saison restaurant, which is already owned by someone. At 21, why would you buy an existing restaurant?
Okay, so I come from a family of 4, my mom's side. And my immediate older brother is, 7 years older than I am. So I didn't have a childhood. I started thinking about what I was... Exactly. I didn't play with toys, for example. I was playing with robots instead. So I was breaking them open to see how they worked, you know? So even from when I was in school, I was always thinking about what business I was going to go into. So whilst I was in school, I was working a lot and I was saving all the money. And plus my parents were sending me some money and I was saving that too. So by the time I was done, I had saved up quite a lot of money. And by the time I came back, I said, look, Mom, this is all I have. Can you back me up? I want to buy a restaurant. And she did.
And she trusted you, but you're not a cook.
Yeah. Well, I had already started cooking before. I was the ACS president of my university, and I organized a whole lot of
ACS?
events. Afro-Caribbean Society of my university, and I had
in the UK.
Yes, and I had organized quite a lot of events. I had worked in a restaurant at the back as well. I'd done some short culinary courses as well. So when I came back and I said I wanted to do a restaurant, she trusted me with it.
And this was because you just had the passion for it?
Yes.
Well, I'll take a break. I'll see that passion. We'll talk more about that passion when we have our conversation on the other side. But this time, the conversation is going to be with some demonstrations. I want to believe you brought more than this today. Okay. So we'll take a break at this point in time and return with my 3 guests in our conversation corner. And we'll get to see some of these things being made live. And then the tasting begins. It's on this note that I don't even know which cameras to look at, that I'm going to say, see you again next week. To go try, no, see, where's my cocktail? So till next week again, I'll see you on the show. Bye.